head down. Bend the elbows. Good. And breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now inhale, head up. Straighten the arms. Hold the pose here and exhale, hold. Good. Hands on the waist, inhale, coming up. And exhale, step or jump back to Samasthiti. Okay. And Parshvottanasana. Now we take a reverse prayer position. So like we did in the beginning when we chanted Om together, you're going to do the same thing, only this time the hands come behind the back. And if you have some tension and stiffness, you can just start by bringing the fingertips together on the lower back. And as you get more flexible, you can bring the arms further up the back, palms touching. Okay, and then with an inhale, take it out to the right, 3 feet this time, and she's going to turn facing the back of the room, opening, lifting for a second. And then exhale, fold down, bending onto the right leg, and she can release the head down. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5. And next inhalation, lifting, coming up, and change positions. Now we face the front, lifting for a moment, and then exhale, release down onto the left leg this time, breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, coming up, and straighten everything to the right for a moment before we come back to Samasthiti. Nice. Okay. Uttita Hasta Padangustasana. When you start this pose, the balance can be quite tricky. So if you're practicing at home, I advise you can always start off using a wall to help. I will help Caroline on one side and she'll demonstrate it on the second side on her own. So she'll bring her left hand to the waist, and using again the first 2 fingers and thumb, she'll take hold of the right big toe. And I'm standing on the left side, and I just take hold of her heel and exhale, bend forward. And she breathes 5 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lifting, straightening, and exhale, opening the leg to the right, and she'll look the opposite way to the left and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the next inhalation, the leg comes back to the center. Exhale, bend forward, head down, forward bend. Inhale, lifting the head, and hand to the waist, pointing the toes. Good. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly release everything down. Good. And the same thing on the second side. So right hand to the waist, and she'll take hold of the left big toe. And exhale, bend forward. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, opening to the left. And she looks to the right. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the legs slowly back to center. Inhale. Exhale, bend forward, head down. Good. Inhale, head up, straighten the back, hand to the waist. Point and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly release the pose. Well done. So again, in the beginning, this balance pose can feel quite insurmountable, but with consistent practice, Keep going and eventually you'll get the hang of it. Okay, Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. This is beginning to open our half lotus, so some hip opening here. So inhale, lift up the right knee. Take your time now. You can turn the foot up, bring it into the groin. And it's important, avoid coming too far out to the outside. It's really more inside the pose there. And maybe we'll do just half the expression for the first time. So if you're starting out with yoga and there's tension in the hips, this is fine. And what you can do is just keep hold and just take a little forward bend down. You can come halfway, all the way down as Carolina is doing, just working towards getting comfortable in this forward balancing pose. Forward bend balancing pose. And breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5. The next inhalation, she's going to lift. Inhale, hold here and exhale. Good. And inhale, lifting, coming up. Good. Exhale, release the pose down. So if you're starting out, this may be a good place for you. Otherwise, on the next side, Carolina can show the full expression if you have a bit more mobility in the hips and you feel comfortable with the balancing. Okay, so left foot comes up. Take your time to find a good, comfortable position, safe position for the knee, comfortable for the foot, and she will bind behind the back, taking hold of the big toe, and then she will exhale, release down, and the right hand is on the floor, head down. And if you feel very good, very comfortable with this, you can bring the hand close to the foot so they're very close by. Yes, good. And head down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the head up, hold the pose here and exhale, hold. Good. And inhale, slowly come up and you can bend the standing leg as Carolina is doing to help with the balance. Release the pose. Very good. So I'm offering you options here. Please do choose the one that is appropriate for you so that you can progress in a safe, comfortable way in your yoga practice.
Are you looking for an easy way to view and manage your mail and packages from anywhere, 24/7? Well, at iPostal One, we can help. Whether you're away from home often, worried about mail and package theft, or just want a modern way to receive your mail, a digital mailbox.
Okay. So the next pose, we will transition into it, and it looks like Sun Salutation A, what we did in the beginning. So let's go ahead and take the pose. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, lifting head up. Exhale, you can step or jump back, coming into bending the elbows, Chaturanga position. Inhale, opening and lifting. Exhale, take the hips. Okay, and now Utkatasana. Inhale, step or jump. Feet come between the hands. Keep the knees bent. And raise the arms. Hold the pose here, looking up. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next pose, inhale and go ahead and lift or step or jump back, whichever transition you feel comfortable doing. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, take the hips up. Okay, Virabhadrasana A and B. Like a Sun Salutation B, we'll turn out the left foot and bring the right foot between the hands. Keep the knee bent. Okay, and look up to the hands. Breathe. Hold for 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next pose, we're just going to turn 180 degrees. Now we face the opposite side. Now the left knee is in the front and the leg is bent, the knee is bent, looking up again. So we've just rotated, switched positions. 2, 3, 4, 5. And Virabhadrasana B, we're going to open out to the side. So keeping the knee bent. And now Carolina looks over her left fingertips. Hips and shoulders now aligned, opening to the side. Very good. Breathing. 3, 4, 5. And like we did, we just change sides. We are back where we started with the right foot in the front, bending the knee, looking over the right fingertips this side. Keep the gaze steady. 2, 3, 4, 5, and hands to the floor, and just gently step back, take it back, come to your Chatpadi, elbows bent. Inhale, opening the chest, and exhale, lift the hips. Okay, and that is a standing sequence. Now we'll go to the seated, we'll start the seated asana. So however you need to get in, let's just, for the first one, Carolina, let's just gently bend one knee and just come to sit down. Very easily, good. And then straighten the legs through. Okay. Paschimottanasana. We've started now, this is sort of a prep position. So hands by the hips, lengthen the spine, chin down, good. And we take just a few breaths, preparing for the seated sequence. And let's take Paschimottanasana A. So again, first 2 fingers and thumb, go around the big toe. Inhale, lifting, opening, and exhale, release, down. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lifting, holding the pose, and exhale, hold. Okay. Now I give you some variations. You can either take hold of the sides of the feet, or if you have the flexibility, you can take hold, crossing the arms, taking hold of the wrist, opening for a moment, and exhale, release down. And please, in the beginning, know that if you need to bend the knees to release the hamstrings and the lower back, go ahead and do that. And with practice, consistently, the pose will open up and you can release further in the forward bend. So take your time, no rush, no strain. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lifting, head up. Hold the pose here and exhale. Hold. Good. Okay, and now we will put the hands to the floor, cross the legs, and just take an easy step back. One leg at a time. Good. Bending, and inhale, and exhale. Good. And she will find her way to sit down, crossing the legs, coming through. Purvattanasana, next pose. Okay, so feet are straight again. Now the idea is we're going to point the toes and bring the feet to the floor, hands behind the back. Good. And with the next inhalation, go ahead and lift powerfully the hips up. Use the lower belly, use the strength. Try to relax the feet to toes to the floor. That looks good. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, release the pose. That's a deceptively simple looking pose, but it does require quite a bit of strength and concentration. Okay, so go ahead and cross the legs. This is called taking a vinyasa, and this is how we transition between the seated asanas. So inhale, opening, and exhale, lift the hips. Okay, and you can either step or jump as you have been doing, Carolina. Good. And exhale. Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana. We see our half lotus. This is what we did when we're standing. This time we are seated. So You can do like we did in standing. You can skip the bind in the beginning and just go ahead and take hold of the left foot. So go ahead and show that now with both hands, Carolina. Head up, exhale, release down. So this is just a lighter version as you start. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lifting the head up. Hold the pose and exhale. Good. Now, one way to make the practice a little lighter in the beginning, you can go ahead and skip stepping back and jumping through and stepping back between the right and the left side. So Carolina can show that. Now what she'll do is she'll just start to prepare the left side. So she'll bring the left foot up and now she can show the bind. Good. And taking hold on the side of the foot. Good. Opening and exhale, release down. Breathe. 1.
Supercharge your business with the all-new Shopify Point of Sale, the all-in-one POS solution built on the world's most powerful commerce platform.
2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, straighten head up, hold the pose and exhale. Good. Okay, and now Carolina can cross the legs and step or jump back, transitioning through. Between poses, we will want to take this transition. And exhale. Okay, and finding your way to sit. Tiryang Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Lovely. Okay, so the right knee is bent, right foot is by the hip. And ideally, as Carolina is demonstrating, the knees are together. If in the beginning the knees cannot touch, that's okay. Just open as much as you need to keep the hips even and steady on the floor. And go ahead, take hold. Sides of the feet. Inhale, opening for a moment, and exhale, release down. Good. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, head up, straighten everything. Hold the pose and exhale. And let's go ahead and transition just straight to the left side. And now we can show the knees come together and the hips are nice and even on the ground still. Taking hold. Take your wrist, you can go ahead and show it, Carolina. Exhale, release down. And breathe. 1,